I feel like you can connect anything with Yoko Taro. I feel like he wants to, honestly, Selmas. I think that's the truth of it all. But yeah, let's jump on in. Okay, let's do this. It's time for some post-news from yesterday's Summer of Games, and some pre-news from tomorrow's E3 reveals. There's a lot of extra other stuff from prior to that I want to go through. That's mostly what today's news is. I was hoping to get a jumper gun on, but I didn't end up getting time. If I had streamed one day earlier, we would have been ahead of the gun, but we're now doing after the shot. So let's start it off with something I still haven't watched, but this is something I suggest if you're to watch if you're a Pokemon fan. There is a Pokemon TV short animation, what it means to be a trainer. Now, if you'd watch the other animation shorts made by the Pokemon Company, by different animation studios than normally I don't know if it's Koei Tecmo, I don't remember who makes the Pokemon animations, but those are not fantastic. Like, just the TV show, it's okay. But these animations are fantastic, and if you watch the older ones, they were super fun, they reference the game really well. This one looks like it'd be really fun too. It's about 15 to 20 minutes, but if you haven't seen it, I'll give you guys a link to it. Yeah, it's 15 minutes. Holy shit, that's loud. But I'll drop this in chat for you guys if you do want to save this one. I want to watch it myself at some point. It looks very cute. I kind of like more Pokemon where it's like, it's not about Ash and the crew, and it's just a focus on trying to be in the world of Pokemon. So that could be fun. Could be fun to watch. Now, the next one up is a interesting one because this was actually submitted by Alex. So again, if you guys have any news that you think is interesting related to video games that you want me to check out, feel free to drop it in a DM or in the Discord, or even on Twitter, and I'll check it out. But yeah, so this isn't something I've really talked about because I don't play PUBG and I don't play mobile games. But I think PUBG is doing a new generation version of PUBG on mobile, and pre-registrations are now going up. So if you're interested and you have like a mobile device, like a tablet or something, or even a powerful phone that is able to play this, you can check this out. Now, I legitimately have not played PUBG at all. This is like the granddaddy of battle royales now, in a sense, and well, it's not even that in a sense. It's a take on another one. But oh my gosh, there's got shiny cars in here. Now, again, I've not played a single round of PUBG, but if this is your bag, this might be the time to get into it. Looks pretty good, I found. If this is really on mobile, this is pretty impressive looking on a mobile. Like, this is pretty astounding. Now, I assume this is also on PC as well, just looking at it, but you can see on the right-hand side, you can definitely tell a mobile game when you see that stuff. But it is very crazy to me that mobile can get to the point now that we're getting. Like, I was going to play Nier on stream, Reincarnation, and holy crap, it blows me away. Like, games from the PS2 era look like they're running comfortably on the phone now, and yeah, we're just going up and up and up. Tech is getting smaller and more powerful, as always. But yeah, seems like people are pretty positive on this too, so yeah, if you're a shooter fan, this might be something worth checking out. Thank you, Alex, for that one. Next up, No More Heroes and its sequel head to Steam next week. So No More Heroes 1 and 2 are heading to Steam. That's pretty cool. If you guys watched my playthrough, or even if you didn't, and you want some wacky action game hijinks, especially in front of No More Heroes 3, you can go check that out on Steam, and it's probably worth playing as much as they're goofy, weird games. The Good Life delayed to a fall. Publisher has changed to Playism. Oh man, The Good Life. Now, I was excited for this game originally, and then the game seems to went into some sort of development hell, and it's a very niche indie weird game made by I've actually forgotten the name of the developer. haven't got him here, but I'm going to Google search The Good Life. This is actually going to probably come up with a TV show. Yeah, I thought so. It's a Japanese developer. I've forgotten his name. Night Owls. Night Owls is the guy from D4 Dreams or Deadly Premonition. Swery. There we go. It's Swery's organization making this game, but it's just gone to development hell, and it seems to be just stuck in a perpetual thing. I still can't believe we got Deadly Premonition 2 is the other thing, but I don't even know how much of Swery's involvement it was on that. But going to Playism isn't the worst in a world, but I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know about this game anymore. I really don't. Oh, this one was a bit of a sad news. This is kind of a weird scenario we'll have to talk about. So, Yuji Naka confirms he'll be leaving Square Enix after rumors. He is also considering his retirement from the industry. So, Yuji Naka, he might be known to most of you as the Sonic guy. He is the one who took the helm of Sega's Sonic division when, during the Sonic Adventure era, he was very much a person that I was excited for how those games turned out, and I really enjoyed that work. It's kind of a bummer because it's a situation where now, I don't know, like, so he left Sega because he wasn't working on Sonic anymore and he wanted to find a new place. He ended up at Square Enix. Square Enix established an entire, like, team for him. He, decided to go in the route of making something that was a bit like his own creation, which was Nights into Dreams, by like this main character, the art style and things like that. The game is he decided to go make a game that was a kid-focused platformer with a bit of a twist, and that was Balan Wonderland. Sega put a lot of weight on him, and they basically said to him, "This is your one shot. You can make this. If you can get this working, kudos." Now, the hard part about this was the fact that, like, there was a lot of weight on his shoulders, and I don't necessarily think he's a great designer and, like, developer and stuff like that. I enjoyed what he had in the era, and I thought that it would actually translate pretty okay with this. Square Enix money, Square Enix advertising, Square Enix teams. It seems like that wasn't the case. Balan Wonderland came out to abysmal sales. It really didn't gel with the current gaming community, and it reviewed very poorly because the game itself was not an enjoyable experience, apparently. It started getting pulled from its demos of the stores. I don't know if it's even still selling properly, but this was devastating. This must have been so devastating. And then rumors started flying around that Yuji Naka was preparing to leave Square. Turns out those rumors were pretty true. And yeah. It's just kind of sad to see something like this, where it's like this is a pretty big failure, unfortunately, and must be pretty disheartened. And people kind of felt like they saw this coming, so this is just a bit of a sad story. Now, it's weird now just to think of the legacy of Nights, and Sonic now has this Yuji Naka's failure of Balan Wonderland as something big amongst it all, and I don't know, that just bums me out because I feel like that game had potential. It must have just fallen apart somewhere. But oh well, these things happen in the industry, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see what happens with him. We'll see if he says he retires. But a lot of the time, there's a lot of developers who retire and then they come back into the industry. Let's hope he figures himself out and maybe he comes back. The thing I found interesting was the futuristic looks for the aim, for example. Also, the graphical details make it look different from normal PUBG. Yeah, it kind of looked better to me, Alex. That PUBG kind of looked more like Call of Duty to me, in a sense, to a degree. Well, probably not full Call of Duty, but yeah. I haven't played PUBG, so it's hard for me to compare on that one. But that's the thing, it seems like people were pretty happy with it. Alright, so if you follow HoloLive, you probably already know about this to some degree. HoloLive Alternative debuts their new Hollow-Earth Chronicles manga. It's not only that, they also debuted their website and their main animation, and somewhat of what Hololive Alternative is, which is a fantasy world that is the established place for, I guess, I don't know how to describe this. Like, it's kind of like if you're a creative and you want to create content for Hololive, you can make submissions and then they might put it into the project, and then that will be something that's promoted and a part of it all. It's sort of a community world building project, and that's pretty cool. They're really fucking big, so they're gonna get a lot of stuff, I imagine. And they've already had some really fantastic people work for them to make their models, to do some of their art, to do their trailers, there's so much stuff that they've already had. So VTubers in Japan, do not underestimate them. They are very, 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 very big and very powerful and very scary. Speaking of scary, collect, raise, and exploit monsters in Pal World. Now, this popped off. This was crazy. I was not expecting this at all. This is a game that I didn't really know anything about. I don't even know if I had heard about it before now. But, like, something weird occurred where people found out about this game. Whoa. Whoa. What happened to the TV? Oh, no. TV. There we go. No? Wait. No? What? Chat, can you see the TV? I can't see the TV. No TV? TV. Now we do. I don't know what to do. TV, please. Hang on. Chat, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna try something. Oh no, hang on. What's happened? Huh? What? What? Of all the times for the TV to break. It works here. It works here. Ah! No, we don't need that. Alright, there we go, fixed it. Sorry, chat. I don't know what happened there, that was weird. But yes. Pal World. So, chat on the bottom was gone? Oh, was it? Oh, no, Ghost Chat's back. Chat's back. You're back. So, this game really decided to, I guess, cash in on the idea of pissing people off or being weird, and it worked. So a game that no one was talking about suddenly got super talked about. This is Pal World. Now this, oh, that's some crunchy video. So it kind of is a Pokemon-esque game that, yeah, it kind of had this weird situation of you collect animals or creatures and then you make them do the building, you make them fight, you make them catch other creatures, and yeah. Now, I don't know the developers of this. It has a lot of monsters in it. I have no idea how long it's been in development, but the way it was promoted, especially the fact it's like got guns and shit like this, like, it's a funny thing where it really, people got super excited about this because of the fact that it's like the way they were like, you play as Team Rocket essentially, and then people went nuts. Like this moment here where you use a monster as a shield, a body shield, and yeah, it's a bit dark in ways. And now I don't know about this game because this seems so fucking ambitious. I cannot get over how ambitious this game is, and I really, this is one of those things you see and you're like, oh okay, this is like a weird collection of things that, of ideas that never get finished. But this looks like a pretty fleshed out game, and I don't understand, because this feels like it's something that should be more jank than what it looks like in the trailer, but I hedge my bets on this one because these are one of those things that the trailer might be really good, but the game itself might be really, really, really bad, and they went hard on the idea so that people would catch their eye, which is what it looks like it might be doing. So we will see. There are games like that on Steam you just gotta be a little careful for, but we'll see. I don't know who these people are. Who made PAL? It is scheduled to release. Pear Pocket's other game is Craftopia. Oh, okay. I didn't know this till now. Actually, that's a real game. This might be why people are pretty excited. I didn't realize this was the Craftopia team. This game might be like super legit then. Yeah. Again, I feel like this one's gonna, like, it'll be interesting. I'll be interested to see how this goes. That's for damn sure. Oh, alright. Guilty Gear Strive launch trailer, opening movie, post-launch roadmap, and their first DLC character will come next month. Holy shit. I am very fucking excited because I just played Guilty Gear Strive last night. I was going to play it on stream, but it came out at 5 o'clock, so I couldn't play it on stream. It is Strive, the beta. Essentially, it's very much the beta. Some things have been tweaked, some characters have been improved, some have been nerfed in some ways. But if you like Strive in the beta, you'll probably like the game. The lobbies still suck, but oh my god, the cinematics, the movie mode, the story mode is so good in this game. I'm so excited. The story, chapter 1 and 2 already have me hooked. So I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Hey Riley, how you doing? It's been a while, how have you been? But if you guys haven't seen the Guilty Gear trailer, this is the opening cinematic. The level of quality in this opening cinematic is basically what's in the game, and it's fantastic. This game has such vibe. Easily my favorite, like, game anime story. Look at my girl, look at her. I can chat, sorry, I've just gotta have a moment. Look at her face. It's Chaco and she's back. She's not playable, but that's okay. Who you are. So we can guess a lot that's happening in the story now from this opening trailer. The story is out there now. You can watch the entire Guilty Gear Strive story if you wanted. There's so much. Is hours of the opening chapters was 40 minutes or so. So I'm very excited. No one asked why Happy Chaos has a bottle of semen. I don't know what's going on there. I wonder what Potemkin and the crew there are how they're gonna impact. Oh, this moment, chat. This gets me so hard. Oh. Oh, we're gonna learn about Axel. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. A character from the OG game, and we still know so little about Axel. Even Eno we need so little about, but I think we'll find out. It turns out Eno pretty powerful. That man, oh my god. That man just being in the story now. Asuka, like, we're learning about him. Ah, so excited. I'm so excited, chap. Water, thank you for water, Spider. How you doing, Spider? But yeah, this is looking fantastic. So, and it looks like a pretty good lineup for content. I can't get over this. If you didn't see the roadmap, guys, July is going to have the first new character, which I'm going to assume is Happy Chaos. Pretty much, Happy Chaos, I'm going to assume, is a boss in the story. And I haven't played the arcade yet, but I'm going to assume that he will probably be in the end of the arcade? And if so, then he is probably the additional character a month across. Then we have another character, which I'm hoping, please give me Jacko. I'm hoping it's Jacko. I really, really hope it is. And then what's bonkers to me is after fall, so this is so we're going into October in post, they're adding 3 more characters. 3 more characters. So there will be 5 characters for the first season pass, 2 stages, and an extra story. Hey, Big Kahuna, how you doing? I'm looking fantastic. Thank you. I realize I've got my swords here. I might have to flip myself so my swords are not like all weird. I tried Strive, but I couldn't get used to the button layout. Oh, Kahuna, you can change your button layouts. That's one of the big things about fighting games is you can change the button layouts. So for Strive is, Guilty Gear is a 5-button fighter. It's punch, kick, slash, heavy slash, dust. But I generally play it as 6-button fighter using dash or using a burst button. But yeah, it's tough to get used to sometimes. Anime fighters are a bit like that. But I assure you, once you're in this, when you're in. And yeah, man, I'm fucking excited. So we'll play that later today. After Pokemon, and Pokemon will be after the news, so. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles, Kimetsu Gekun Tanjiro, oh my god, what a fucking, this is, chat, I've only got this in here, because I want to talk about how this game is kind of, if you buy this game, I worry for you, because this game is probably going to drag you through the mud. There is really not many characters in this game, and every single character is redone on skins multiple times. And they're all humanoid. In a series that is about demons, there's like not really any demons. They need to do something about this game, and I feel like this is one of those things where I've talked about anime bait games. Anime bait games are very common, and this game is kind of looking like that. As much as it looks really nice, and probably plays okay, I feel like it's not going to have a lot of content. So just as a warning. I'm used to the traditional Street Fighter layout. I want to get used to it because I'm good at Street Fighter. Yeah, no, you can make transition. I think Guilty Gear, once you get used to it, it feels really good. Like I like Street Fighter a lot, but it's very slow and grounded. Whereas like anime fighters are a little bit more loose and fast, and yeah, once you're used to it, you're used to it. It just takes a little bit of time. Take a shot every time I say I'm excited. Well, I'm not excited about for this one, that's for damn sure, Spider. This is more of a warning. Outside of the big bads, there isn't really notable demons to add to this game. I don't even know if they've added some of the big demons though, Al. Like, it's pretty weird. Like, it's just the humans, I'm fairly sure, on the cast. But yeah, just fair warning on that game, fair warning. I think we talked about this last week, but I'll bring it up again. Knockout City passes 5 million players. That's fucking crazy. I'm fairly sure we talked about this last time. It's still a bonkers number to me. If you're playing Knockout City, proves that EA did an extremely good job promoting this game. Oh, okay. I haven't even really got a full article about this one. Now, or do I? Let's see if I do. Okay, well, this is the update to it. So, if you guys didn't catch this, itch.io made a bundle for Palestinian aid. I don't know if it's still live, but they had a fuck ton of games. They had over 1,000 games, which was crazy. I don't know the quality of all of those games, but the fact that so many people wanted to get involved and help and try and earn sort of aid for the Palestinians right now is like really great to see. But what was even better was to see this. The Palestinian aid raised almost I think it raised over 500,000, which is freaking crazy. But beyond that, they're trying to go to $1 million. That's crazy. That's so much money, and it's pretty heartwarming to hear about that stuff. But If you guys haven't seen it, go over to the bundle over here. Oh, fucking shit, it's still live. I wasn't sure if the charity was still there. So it's only $5, chat. It's only $5 for this bundle, and they're at $830,000. That's so much. And that's, look at the individual contributors as well. So that's, like, there must be people putting in a decent amount into this one. Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson is a demon? I bought it as soon as it went live. That's, oh my god, good to hear, Spider. Now, man, my itch.io account is a bit scary. It's got so much on there. I just will never touch. There's just so much. Now, did I switch my sword? No, I've got the auto switch on, Alex. It'll switch automatically. Man, I don't think I've actually talked about Playdate on this stream. I think this happened a little bit before I started streaming. So if you don't know about this fucking thing, this is a wind-up hand console. This is a handheld console that you wind up. Okay. Playdate, I don't know what this is. I still don't know what this is. It's still coming out. This is their lineup of games that are free when it first releases, but it's a wind-up handheld device. I don't know who this is for. Please tell me who the fuck are buying these weird, super niche things that I don't know anyone would be developing for. I don't even think they show off the game. Oh no, they do show off games. There we go, okay. What's the crank do? They literally wind it up, Jumpy. You literally wind it up to power it up. It has no battery. You wind up the thing. It's very strange. These are the Season 1 games. I guess they have seasons of games. How much is this? I don't actually know how much this is. Have they actually announced the price of this damn thing? Like, there we go. Launch, it'll be $180. I'm assuming that's American too. So that's that's 300 bucks. Holy shit, that's expensive. And as you can see, it's basically like a Game Boy. Like it's a pixel game thing, and it's like the games themselves probably are fine, but this is expensive and a very limited device, and I don't know who this is for. That thing doesn't even use batteries. Why is it expensive? It's because it's a hand crank, it's because it's a niche thing, and because of the way that the design is. It's just, I don't know. This is just a crazy thing to me. I assume that I do wonder whether or not the power of it is like I wonder whether or not it is like a Raspberry Pi situation where it's just a very small computer that's doing a lot of this stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you can see here. So the crank must be used in some gameplay, so you recharge the game while you're playing it. But this is like for indie indie artsy people is what I was trying to say there. Now, look how small it is. The other thing is, look how small this thing is. Like, very, 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 very specific people. Can't be complicated to make a crank system? I really don't know. I'm not a hardware person myself. I know so many people that would want something like this. Really? For 300 bucks, Al? Like, if you told me this was an $100 device, sure, maybe, then I would be like, oh yeah, okay, I get that. It's just, the fact that it's so small as well, like, it's just, I don't know. I don't quite understand who this is for personally, but not everything is made for me. That's fine. But this thing is just one of those weird niche things that pop up. At least it's not like the Ouya in a sense where they're trying to market it as like a full console and people just reject it completely. But this is super just out there. I went to an arts high school. Everyone there was either entitled or bad with money. Yeah, but I don't know how, like, I feel like this is just going, this is in the gamer sphere of people that might know about this, and even then that's going to be super niche. Because I would say a lot of you in chat didn't know about this thing. Like, I don't know how they're going to promote this thing, because it just doesn't fit into the category of any hardware gamey sort of stuff. You need to almost sell this directly to people. But I don't know. It's from the publishers of Firewatch and Goose Game. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Jumpy. Interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if... are they getting other developers on this? I'm not really sure. I'm really unsure how this is going. If it's just them making these games and it's just a place to put their indie stuff on it. The creators of Paper Please and Obra Dinn are working a game for it. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, cool. So notable indies must be working on it then. But the thing is, they're probably getting paid for it. I don't know if they actually would be making much of a return on it. That's the thing I'm unsure about. Like, how do they make money off this thing? Because it's so super niche. Oh, you download these games over Wi-Fi, so it is like a proper Wi-Fi device. That makes sense. Yeah, anyway, we'll see how this goes, but I sense a disaster on the horizon. Speaking of disasters, Cowboy Bebop for Netflix. However, Yoko Kanno has announced that she's going to be doing a soundtrack for this. And if you guys don't know, I absolutely love Yoko Kanno. Two of my favorite anime ever are Ghost in the Shell. Well, Ghost in the Shell is my favorite anime. And Cowboy Bebop. And her music is so killer every time. Now, as much as I probably don't really want to watch this stupid live action version of one of my favorite anime ever, Yoko Kanno music always gets me excited, so I'm just happy to hear her doing stuff again, because she always knocks it out of the park. So yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes. Also, if you've never seen it, this is what apparently the cast for Cowboy Bebop will look like, which I'm gonna go with, do those people that you just saw match the people you see on screen here? So I don't know. This is very strange. Anyway, let's keep moving. Prince of Persia Remake is now being rescheduled for 2022. So I believe this already got pushed back. So now it's being pushed back even further. I think it was pushed back without an announcement date. Now, CJ was pretty sad about this. Ubisoft will probably talk about this during the E3 conference, but yeah, pretty big delay there. I hope whoever plays Spike knows Jeet Kundo. I can't even say that. I very doubt it, Jumpy. My thinking is that they will probably have a pretty good stunt double for him, at least. Of all the people that you need a stunt double that can do good martial arts, it needs to be Spike. So, don't know. Especially, he needs the cartoony flair to his style as well, because Spike is very loose in how he moves. He has a bit of Jackie Chan to him. But, like, drunken boxing fisting, like, it's very loose style. Now, I don't know. I really don't know anything about that Netflix series, and I kind of want to try and keep it that way until I see it come out, honestly, and see how people feel about it. But yeah, let's keep moving. I've still got so much to go through, guys. Alright, I already touched on HoloLive once today. I'm going to touch on it again. Curio Coco, the largest revenue earner on YouTube as a VTuber, is now departing from HoloLive. She is now finishing up as a VTuber. That is fucking massive. I was never a massive Curio Coco fan. I remember discovering her originally just because her very strange voice. Like, she has this strange gravelly voice, and because she also doesn't speak like the strong. Her Japanese accent is kind of weird because she did grow up I think she grew up in the south of America. So she lives in Japan. She works. Her actual who Curio Coco I think she was the Bayonetta Sega representative, and did all like the media stuff there, and then she worked on HoloLive to do that stuff, and then she became one of the actual VTubers. Now she pretty much is set up to do whatever she wants. I imagine she's got so much money now. Yeah, some people probably took this news pretty hard because she's known for her shit posts. She's known for her shit posts, like on her channel. Like she is the hololiver that next to one of the others that just goes off the fucking rails and just does whatever. Yeah, she's very raw, I would say. She's gotten herself into trouble a few times. Even if the guy knew the stunt, the stunt double would have to know just as much, if not more than the actor. Yeah, the stunt double would have to know a fuck ton. Now, the stunt doubles are usually good. I usually have a lot of confidence. I've known a few stunt doubles and like, or martial arts people, and it's like that. The level of practice and how much they care about their craft makes me believe in them very heavily a lot of the time. Everything Hololive or Chinese own I detest. I can't tell if that's a kappa there, Kahuna, or not. But yeah, this is probably a really big news for a lot of people. This is bound to happen. This happens all the time with VTubers and stuff like that. People don't just want to do streaming forever. Some people, it might be just a part of their life that they do it at a point, or they find they don't want to do it anymore. And it shows that even at the size of someone like this, that they can still step down. So just be aware. We already talked about Guilty Gear. Oh, okay, so we touched on this yesterday at the end of the Summer of Games thing, because it happened outside of, and I was with CJ. But Battlefield 2042 was announced, and it was leaked. It was like teased out. It took a while to come out. The insane moment of the hour preamble before, like just an hour countdown for the 5-minute trailer was very strange. But I am very, 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 very excited for this game. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, this trailer looks really, really good. It's something that I was very excited for because of the fact that Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Bad Company 2 are my favorite FPS games possibly ever. Well, next to TF2 as well. Bobblehead, hey Bobblehead, how you doing, man? Maximo as well, how you both doing? CJ is the only reason I'm looking forward to this. CJ will be playing the absolute living shit out of this game. But yeah, I didn't really like 4. I didn't play 5. I played Battlefield 1, and I didn't like Battlefield 1 really at all. Battlefield 1 made me not want to play Battlefield really badly. That game was so awful. But this game's looking pretty good. I talked about it yesterday with CJ that I think making it 2042, making it 20 years in the future, is a really smart idea. Making it slightly sci-fi but still connected to our world is very, 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 very good. Like, it's a smart move. We get fancy gadgets, but it's still based in our more modern reality. It's not futuristic. I think it works. I think it's just a smart thing to do. I saw this recently. I hope it has a better launch than 5. I hope so too, Maxima. But if you saw how thirsty people were for this trailer, that hour wait for the trailer, there was 200,000 people waiting for an hour for this fucking trailer. Like, people were ready for a good Battlefield game. And the fact that they teased that this is going to be closer to Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, the fact that it's 128 players on a map, the fact that they're going in the route of being more modern again, like, there's so much stuff that people are just excited for. So this trailer had me start on another Battlefield stint. I'm enjoying it myself. Battlefield 1 was poo-poo. I quite like 4. Oh, really? I didn't really like 4, and it might have been just me. I'm not sure. It just didn't click with me at the time. 5 was fun for a while, but it was back, ended up back on BF4 after a month. So it's funny because I talked about it, Bob. If you've never played a Battlefield game, maybe go if you have PlayStation Plus, go get it, download it for free, and you can go try out Battlefield 5 for free on PlayStation Plus right now, I believe. But yeah, Battlefield 1 kind of sucked. Battlefield 5, apparently people had a little bit of fun with it, and it does have a player base, but this game being a lot more like related to older Battlefields, in my opinion. Looking at this looks like people doing Battlefield things. Minus the whole, like, everyone seems to be really clumped up. Like, usually players aren't that... You're not usually got players right on top of other players. People are usually doing their thing. Or doing small squad strikes and stuff like that. But, yeah. This trailer looks really cool. The weirdest part about it still is the weird environmental stuff, where it seems pretty extreme, and that's what worries me, because I don't really want to have the map continuously change, or I have to worry about a big event happening to throw it out of whack really badly. Like, the maps change from progressive points. That's how Battlefield sometimes used to work. But I don't know how much I like the idea of sometimes that rocket explodes. Sometimes, like, one of the buildings might collapse. In a moment, you're going to see one of the craziest things in this, which is, like, I don't understand so, if you guys haven't picked up on this game is in the future, but it's also meant to be in the future when global warming seems to have gone completely out of fucking whack. And now you have steel storm tornadoes, happening in Korea. And you have to fight a typhoon. Good luck, soldier. Now, this is something I don't know if I'm particularly a fan of, and I don't know how often this happens or how much it'll impact maps, but I don't know if I really like this element of sci-fi to it. This is the one thing that I think that's probably rubs me the wrong way, but the rest of it looks like Battlefield. I enjoy modern guns, so BF3 and Battlefield 4 were magic for me. I think I kind of agree, Bobblehead. I enjoy bigger maps with more players, like, and more modern guns and stuff like that. I think that was the biggest problem. Battlefield 1 had some really realistic old guns that kind of sucked. I've never played any version of this, but I find Battlefield crazy good being a shooter fan. Yeah, I think you would like this, Alex. Definitely. If you want to be stacked on top of guys, go play Call of Duty. Pretty much, yeah. No, Call of Duty was always about more smaller skirmishes, and Battlefield was about big battles that, like, took place. Like, you would have people driving from point A to point B. Like, a good example is, I am... a lot of people probably don't know, but Dota originally was a Warcraft 3 map. And it was that sort of... like, how MOBAs sort of started to grow and become a thing was originally on Warcraft 3. But there was another version of that style of MOBA, which was Phoenix, Defenders of the Phoenix something. It was a much bigger version of Dota, and it had all these objectives, and you could spawn minions and do all this stuff. That was really, really big. I absolutely loved that particular mod for Warcraft 3. And that one never became popular, but the bigger version of it always was more exciting. And that's kind of why I like Battlefield, I think, a bit more than Call of Duty and things like that. Battlefield seems more fun in a full way, more complete maybe? Yeah, kinda. Alright, hang on. Speaking of shooters, we actually have Overwatch to talk about now. 1 second, guys. Alright. Overwatch. There's not many times I want to talk about Overwatch, but Overwatch did do Overwatch 2 stuff. Now, this is actually a decent announcement for Blizzard by Blizzard. Hollows and Alex, thank you for the water. Welcome in, Hollows. Bro, I gotta love getting crossplay for a game that no one plays anymore. Yeah, this is the sad part about it in a sense. So, now, I think crossplay is godly and it should be something that should be a higher focus, and I know it's difficult to do, but it's a really good thing for communities and being able to make it so there's a player base. Multiplayer games need crossplay so bad, and I know some platforms really fucking suck just when they die out. Like, Xbox has this problem all the time, unfortunately. Computers have it. Sony sometimes have it, depending on some games. Now, this is really good. This is just a really good thing, though. Yeah. I'm not an Overwatch fan myself. I bounced off that game in the first, like, few months because I much preferred TF2. But this is still, like, something where it's like, this can keep the community alive for a bit longer. Maybe it can hold on until Overwatch 2 comes out, but yeah. Looking at you, Sony. Sony and CEO and Microsoft CEO take too much of their own asses for money to crossplay. The thing is, Kahuna, Microsoft is actually for crossplay now. Microsoft is super for crossplay. They've actually requested it a few times. It is actually Sony is the main problem. Nintendo sometimes is in some ways. They're actually been pretty good about it, and we've seen a few things that they talked about that they're probably going to have crossplay over the next generation. But yeah, Sony's super problematic about it. So yeah. Hopefully though, I do feel like this is the generation we might see a bit of a change, and the pressure will be on Sony if they keep holding on, being very painful about it, that bigger, like people who are making platforms such as Epic and stuff like that might start to get the sway to push back and say, no, you need to have this as crossplay for certain things. But again, it's how servers and how games are developed that it might still be a pretty tough pill for Sony to go, man, let's boycott Sony. Fuck, it's so hard for me to boycott Sony. I still think Sony does such good to the industry, but they are big corporate. Sony are big corporate, unfortunately. Even less than Microsoft, which is a weird thing to say, but yeah. Still, it's good news. Good news there. Especially if we're an Overwatch fan. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis Rocket Start campaign celebrates the launch. Now, I actually played Phantasy Star New Genesis. It is weird. I've actually played a tiny bit of it. I will probably show it off on stream. I played a decent chunk of Phantasy Star Online 2. Ow. Hey Brookie, sorry about that. They censor my anime waifu games. Wait, oh, Sony do. It's funny that Sony does that more so than Nintendo does now. If you've seen some of the stuff that's on the Switch, it's very strange. But I mean, a game that needs to be censored might be this one in some ways. The outfits in New Genesis are just fucking... These girls have extreme boob socks going on. It's very strange. But yeah. I might play a bit of us on stream just to show off what New Genesis looks like. It's pretty weird. It's kind of... If you guys have ever played Blade and Soul, it feels like Blade and Soul and Phantasy Star Online 2 have been merged into a game. It's still strangely retro. But yeah, very weird. At the end of the day, they are just business. That's true, Maxima. That's the thing about with games companies. Remember, games companies aren't your friends. Please remember, anyone who's making things for you out there, they're making things. They are not your friends. You need to realize that they are making you a product that they want to sell for you. You need to be a smart consumer. That's really my biggest thing that I'll ever push. It is like the one thing that I will always push during any of these games news segments. Please be a smart consumer. Look after yourselves, because they're out there to get your money. For better or worse. Brookie and Owl having throwdowns. You're having fun with PSO2, but losing Steam because a little laggy and solo is lonely. I still haven't gotten out of the demo, Pikahuna. I still am in the town, because at a certain point, so just so you guys know, so if you've played Phantasy Star Online 2, this is actually a new game that is on top of the old game, and you can actually play the old game and the new game simultaneously. Now, New Genesis is weird because you have to, if you've loaded up the game now, it'll force you to play the New Genesis tutorial and starting story stuff before you can go back to the old game, which I don't have access to any of my old shit. I look like me, I have my shiny armor, my overlays and stuff like that, but I don't have any of my old powerful stuff, and I don't know if the game's going to give it back to me, but I wanted to see what the old looked like with the new. But it's, yeah, it's very weird now. We're in a weird space with Phantasy Star, so I can't wait. What a friends, oh, Brookie. But yeah, all right, moving on. Roblox, speaking of big companies, Roblox is facing a $200 million lawsuit from music publishers. I don't really have any opinions on Roblox. It's kind of just a thing that exists out there. It's not really like, it's kind of my, how do I describe? It's not really my bag. It's not really my thing, but holy fuck. If I want to talk about an organization I don't like, it's music publishers. If you've seen my stuff that I've talked about in the past about Twitter and Twitch and YouTube related to music, and the stuff that I posted recently about DMCAs on Twitter, oh my gosh, this is gross. I don't like the music industry on the most part. I really have a lot of problems with a lot of this stuff. Now, I'm not surprised a creative content platform such as Roblox has been hit so hard like this. It's just fucking sad. This is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. It's okay, Mum's credit card will pay for it. They've already paid for it. That's the thing, Big Kahuna. That 200 million, I don't actually know how much that would impact their actual revenue cycles, but yeah. Do you know what's fucking crazy to me is the people like this, like, well, probably those two maybe. This one I'm not so sure so much. Usually I feel like the artists care way less than the actual, like, the organizations and stuff like that. They're not making money. Like, all right, this could go off on a mad tangent, so we're just gonna leave it at that. This is just insane. This is an insane amount of money. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart launch trailer. Now, I haven't actually watched this. So I do want to play Ratchet & Clank. I've never played one before. This game still looks like the best next-gen game, which is still a madness thing to say. But, this game looks so good.
It's okay.
She's got like an exosuit. Wait, is she from the future?
Nefarious will befall you. We promise.
Wait, is this gonna turn out this is Ratchet's child or something?
Where you lose.
The original game is awesome. I love Ratchet & Clank. I legit have not played any of them. This was post me playing platformers and stuff like that. This seems very kids TV show at this point though. Which is okay, that's fine. The graphics look nutty in a good way. I've never been into it, but this still looks top tier. The quality level on this is absurd, but not only that, the technical feats in this game. The technical feats are just bonkers. I cannot stress just how much crazy shit is happening in this. Like, this is probably the first time I've ever seen a game that I'm like, alright, you're literally playing like a Pixar movie. You're literally playing a movie. You grew up on Ratchet & Clank? I had a friend that was very into Ratchet & Clank, and what was the other one? There's Ratchet Clank, and there's another one that I feel like that was about that time period. Yeah, this dimensional stuff, really showing the strength of like the new hardware with SSDs and more parallel to the CPU and stuff like that.
Ratchet, we need your help. Nefarious.
Jackson Daxter, thank you, Hollows. Yeah. Yeah, Jackson Daxter, when again, they were things that came out sort of beyond after I sort of started playing, do you want to watch Anna, guys? I kind of want to watch Anna. Every single time I see Anna, I kind of want to watch those animations. Now, it's one of those things where those games came out a little bit after me, because I was probably late high school or beyond that, I think, at that point. So yeah, bring back Sly Cooper and I'll be happy. Sly Cooper is another one I didn't play, Brookie, yeah. So it's those three. Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, and Jak and Daxter. They were three that I never played, but they felt like they had a very similar vibe, and I think that people really enjoyed them. And it's interesting because they've kind of come back, but they kind of not have come back fully. And it's like Ratchet & Clank might be heralded in some of that generation again somehow. But we'll see. I mean, Crash Bandicoot just came back, and I don't know if we're going to get another Crash at this rate, considering how Activision is behaving, but yeah. Still, I might play this on stream, I might buy it, we'll see. Don't hold me to that. I've got a lot of things to play this year. including things like this. Monarch English version will debut in 2022. Now, if you guys haven't seen this JRPG, this is a NIS game. Now, I didn't realize who the developers were of this game, but this looks fucking dope. This art style looks so good. I think I really want to play this. It's from the team who made SMT originally. It's like older SMT people. I think they left before Persona started being a thing. So it's very edgy. Prep yourself for some real edge. But the art style is killer. This looks so good. The 2D, the 3D, the particle effects, the UI. So if you haven't seen this before, so this game is Monarch is a game where you it's a tactical game. It's kind of like a lot of the tactics games, so like Fire Emblem and things like that. But it's a lot more smaller scale, a lot more simpler, as far as I can tell. But it looks quite good, just in terms of story and art. So I'm kind of excited for this. Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Spyro were my childhood. I liked Crash 3 and Spyro a lot. Like that was that sort of Sony platformer time frame for me. You had me at Fire Emblem. Kind of makes me think of a mix between Persona and Code Vein. Yeah, it's definitely because Persona is based on SMT. So and SMT, that's the same company. And then this is SMT people that have spun off to go do their own thing, and it's kind of got that edginess that SMT has, but it's more refined. Because that's my issue, is like SMT might be too edgy. But I might skip in a little bit because we've seen it. I wanted to just show you guys the combat. So this is the combat. So as I said, it's a tactical game, but the UI and the art and everything just looks so killer. Mavi! Hey Mavi, how you doing, man? Thank you for the water. I do like me a good amount of edgy, and this might be it might be going a little bit over in some regards, but when they're in the normal world, the kind of color palette and the art style of like just the characters and stuff looks really, really good. I haven't played SMT. I want a Persona 3 port, PC port though. Oh my god, Brookie, I'm so sad we still haven't gotten one. It's madness to me I love P3. P3 is my favorite of the Personas, by the way. That might be nostalgia speaking though. Yeah. Cool game. I hope that does turn out to be really good, and I'm very excited for it. Alright. We're at most of the way through, so we're kind of at a halfway point with the news, or a little bit over halfway. This will be a good time for me to talk about the E3 and 2021 and the rest of the Summer Game Fest lineup, because as I mentioned, I'm probably going to do a Let's Watch tomorrow for some of the E3 stuff. We already did the Summer of Games, which was quite good. I loved watching that with you all. But Koch Media, Guerrilla Games, the Wholesome Direct, Ubisoft Conference, the Devolver Digital, Gearbox, and the VR Upload Show is tonight. So I'm not going to or today, or was it's already been? I forget. Oh no, it might be tomorrow. I'm a little confused. Hang on, that might have been tonight. So we've missed the Koch Primetime Conference, but tomorrow will be Guerrilla, Wholesome Direct, Ubisoft, Devolver, Gearbox, which I might do a run around of. I might watch a few trailers, but very likely I probably won't. And the day after is probably the one I will talk a lot about, which is the E3 stuff, which is Gearbox, Bethesda, Square Enix, Warner Brothers, PC, Future Gaming Show. There's a lot there, so yeah. Hi Ellie, how you doing? Welcome on in. Red Rover. So how much edge should we leave it have in this game? The box art should have a loss of limbs. Cause the loss of limbs. Oh my god. That's pretty good. And you're not far off, Red Rover. Some of those games feel like they could just bleed into you. Persona 3 is your favorite as well, coming from someone who started with 5. Oh, you started with 5. Crazy. I started with 4 and then I played 3. I'm gonna see more of Tunic. Tunic. Which one was Tunic, maybe? Was that... No. Was Tunic the little fox? Was that the little fox one? I'm good and you? I'm good. We're just catching up on the news. Oh, yes. Mavi, I actually... It's funny you linked me this. I've actually already got this pinned for my particular thing. But Mavi is showing me a good representative of why I have to do these catch-up streams for the news and everything like this. Because have a look at these times, chat. I stream, this is currently 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Look at the times for when E3 is just during for us for Australia. This is bonkers. This has never happened before because they're doing online ones. The online ones are now being focused towards late night Americans, which is not, that doesn't work for me. These presentations are happening at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m. I'm not going to be awake and doing a stream at 5 a.m. I'm sorry, that's just kind of how it has to be. Now, this is, normal E3 doesn't usually do this stuff because they usually do day stuff, which means it's easy for me to do day or later streams and catch up with it. But yeah, it's kind of sucks. That's probably the truth of it all, but it's fine. We can play catch up. But there's still lots of cool stuff coming up, so... Legit pronounced cock media, is that what I said? Or is it supposed to be? Yeah, the little fox game? That looked pretty cute. I don't know if I'd seen that before, Mavi. I turned on Animal Crossing, the ugliest villagers at my campsite. Ricky. So rude. But yeah, still a lot ahead. So continuing on. So like I said, I guess we won't do the roundup tomorrow. I guess the Let's Watch will be the day after. So today is my Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. So I guess it's Monday we'll be doing that actually is the Let's Watch, I think. And then American Monday is Intellivision, Take-Two, Mythic Games, Capcom. So that'll be where the Monster Hunter stuff is. Now, that will be after I finish streaming for the week, so we'll probably have to do a bit of catch-up, which means I do miss out on the big one, which is the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct is probably going to be the biggest of all of them, probably with maybe Xbox Bethesda. So that kind of sucks, I won't be able to watch that live with you guys. But Nintendo, Bandai Namco, and then the official award ceremony, which I don't think many people will get to really give a shit about. Oh, there's also EA Play, I forgot about that. But it's weird, they should have done that in the other order. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Capcom, please, a crumb of Mega Man X. Mavi. Oh, Mavi's feeling desperate at this point. I don't know, I feel like Mega Man's in a weird place still, Mavi. Even though, like, we did see a new game, and it wasn't the worst. It's still in a weird place. Croquet is at my island? I'm so confused by his design. Which one's Croquet? Oh my gosh. Look at this lad. Why is he an ice cream? Is he meant to be Chinese? I assume he's meant to be Chinese. Give me more Mega Man. He frog? He is frog. He's weird frog. Oh, okay. So, now this is a handy dandy article for those who missed yesterday's stream and you didn't want to watch through the entire stream. So, yesterday we had a lot announced, like a lot announced. The big one, obviously, Elden Ring, which we'll talk about in a bit. But we had Koch Media reveal a whole heap of games. So, oh my gosh, there'd be so much for me to talk about here. But things like Elden Ring, Borderlands spin-off of Tiny Tina's Wonderworld, the Death Stranding Director's Cut, Frontier Press for Jurassic Park World with Jeff Goldblum, Deviation Games is now setting up for a new title. Koch Media did their announcement of 9 IPs that are now going to be under their branch. Vampire Masquerade, 2 Point Campus, Metal Slug, they were all revealed. Apparently Xbox is going to release a game every quarter, and a new Xbox Cloud, Battlefield 2042. Oh my god, there was a lot. There was so much. it's just news. It's just news time. Oh no, but he's weird. Xbox, please buy my studio. Mavi, one day, the day you get purchased by Xbox and those shackles are around your wrist, you'll be thanking them, and as they drag you into the money pile. That's what they're doing. They're dragging you to the money pile, Mavi. That's what they tell you. But yeah. Oh my god. Mavi, you should totally tell me when you do an update for your stuff, and I could talk about them. It'd be fun. Alright. Let's keep going. Most of the way through, chat. Now, as I mentioned, a whole heap of other news has been already announced over the previous day or a few days. Now, pretty exciting, but there's still more to come, a lot more to come. And there's just other news we need to talk about, such as something pretty big that happened, especially before Battlefield coming out, which is the source code for Frostbite is out there. Now, FIFA and a whole heap of other stuff, like just general tech stuff, there's been a lot of cyber theft and cyber security failures over the past year or two or three. Something like this is still pretty crazy. Now, the source code for Frostbite, that is their engine, that there is their primary engine, one of the most powerful engines out there, and it's EA exclusive, has been stolen. And yeah, don't know where it ends up, don't know how it's going to be, don't know if anyone's ever going to be fined about this stuff, but yeah, it's always interesting when this shit happens, because just to remind you, cyber criminals, they be out there, they be after your monies. Well, your details that turn into monies. Oh, we already did this. This is covering the Summer Game Fest. Alright, so Koch Media. So this kind of got revealed and yesterday, or the day before, which we covered with CJ when it was like during the Game Fest, and it was just bam, 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 bam. So Prime Matter is now the publishing arm of Koch Media. Now, they went and had grabbed a whole heap of various different games, and a weird collection too. And then they decided to do a stream and a direct, or a part of all of these E3 conferences, I guess. And it was a little weird. So some of these you guys might recognize. Some of them are fairly sizable. Some of them are quite interesting. If you would watch the Summer Game Fest, there was just a section on this, and it was just like bam, 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 bam. So quite a few of them already exist as well. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Outward, Iron Harvest, Phoenix Point, and Payday 3. Can't believe Payday 3 found another way out. That the Payday people were just, you guys, they're like cockroaches. They'll never die somehow. But there's new games under the labels, including things called Scar Above, Codename Final Form, Dolmen, The Last Oriku, Etches of the End, The Chant, and Encased. I have no idea about any of those games. They all sound pretty nichey indie to me. Loud. But yeah, so this is the segment we saw during the Summer of Games Fest, and it really just mashed together a whole heap of games. And we didn't really know what was going on. I didn't quite click until a little bit into this that I was looking at Gungrave, but I'm still excited to see Gungrave, like honestly. It's still weird, the idea of it being, I think this is a European publisher too. I don't think it's a American publisher. But yeah. Is Koch Media American, or I don't actually know. But like, as you can see, it's like a weird collection of games. But the idea that there's two publishers that have sort of been established during this time period that have got some sizable things, pretty weird. They're Icelandic? Oh, really? Interesting. Now, again, just because they're published by whoever, it doesn't mean these companies have all these games have a connection in terms of the developers. But yeah. it just means that they're getting support and paid. Austrian? Oh, really? Fuck, Gungrave. I can't believe Gungrave is like amongst this. I really hope it does come out though, and I kind of hope that it's not trapped on VR. I was listening to their stream earlier, but I was semi-distracted. Oh, no problem, Joppy. Thank you for clarifying. But yeah, guess the new publishers. Interesting thing. But yeah, shit. I want Gungrave to come out. I really do. Because if you guys haven't played Gungrave on the PlayStation 2, pretty fucking cool. But all of that pales in comparison to the announcement that was Elden Ring. Now, I was tempted to talk about this earlier, but there's not really much to say, because if you wanted to, you can see my reaction yesterday to the trailer, my thoughts on it. I probably will dissect it at some point. Like, I'm a very big Soulsian fan. I cannot get over how fantastic this trailer is. I might play it now just because for those who hadn't seen it, but it's not too long. But this is a very dense trailer. Like, there's a lot going on, a lot of hinting. A game that I still think is extremely ambitious, even for FromSoft, but still very, 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 very cool. And I still am confused about the George R.R. Martin relationship and how much of his actual involvement. But oh wow, this version of the trailer has subtitles, baked in subtitles just for you guys, chat. But yeah, the art style looks fantastic. The stylings are fantastic. I will definitely be playing this on stream. I absolutely love the shit out of Soulsian games. So here's my summary of the games, and now it's 2 different Metroids, a StarCraft Ghost, and a Fallout. Wait, what? Jumpy? Hang on. Oh, is that during their oh, is that their games as in during that presentation? Interesting. Oh, that I get what you mean by the StarCraft Ghost. Is that girl with like the crystal arm or whatever? Now the art style seems fantastic in this. Like, it's, again, I talked about how this is probably the closest to like it's like all the different Souls games have been brought together into one big Souls games, including Sekiro and Bloodborne. Combat-wise, animation-wise, art style-wise, thematic-wise, it just looks really, really good. And you can tell why this has taken them so long to make this. And I'm hoping that doesn't cause a content drought in terms of just how big the actual game is. And hopefully the game flow is fun, because the curse of open world is still out there, and I really, really worry whenever I see an open world game. But I do have faith in FromSoft. They've done fantastic work. So yeah, and I won't do a lore breakdown or a figure out or any of that stuff. I probably will do one of those solo, just to try and predict what might happen with this game. But this will be a very hard one to predict, because unlike Dark Souls or even say Sekiro, well, Sekiro was hard for us to predict. Bloodborne, it's one of those things where we have very little to go on, just in terms of like context for any of what we're seeing here. So yeah, man, the monster designs might be the most fucked up they've ever been, honestly. Some of the monster designs are just bonkers. Was that a Patronus? Kind of, yeah. So this game is going to be very much, this game is very much going to be heavily Norse inspired from the looks of it. So there's going to be a lot of those Celtic Norse mythology, I think, taking place in this game. A little bit less than Dark Souls, which was very, it was European, but it took a lot of, there was a lot of, I guess, berserk in it, in a sense. It was very Japanese European. So I think this one might have a little bit more truthfulness, or more like accurate to more mythos, I would say. But yeah. Why is the game in slow motion? That's how you make shit look cool, Mavi. Just live your life in slow motion. A lot of cool European architecture in there. Yeah, the Souls games always have, like, their world building art is fantastic. Their team is superb. Dark Souls 3 knocks it out of the park. Dark Souls 3 has some of the best vistas in video games, and it kills me because I feel like a lot of people don't really take the time to just enjoy the world that is Dark Souls. Yeah. Garden Story launches this summer. Gonna keep moving. This is a cute little game that I've been waiting for a while. If you haven't seen this game, it's very cute. And from dark to the brightest you could possibly be. Little gumdrop men living out in the little town. Now, if you haven't seen this, this is kind of one of those sort of villager Harvest Moony style like games. It just seems very cute, very fun, very lighthearted. I think this would be a perfect game for the Switch. And I've waited for this one for a little bit. There's a couple of these sorts of games. There's a witch one that I've been waiting for as well. There's like it's like a potion maker. And I've been waiting for that one, and I've been waiting for this one. So hopefully they're just really fun and they come out soon. I think the announcement date was actually in this trailer, which is... Have they actually got... Oh, I guess they don't. And they don't have the... Oh, they don't have the announcement date. Oh, that sucks. This looks cute. It's very cute. It's these are one of those games that come about where it's just like, just enjoy this game. Like, if you like this type of game, you'll just enjoy it. That's about it. Like, there was a sick giraffe there though. Did you see that? Giraffe was spewing up like purple gunk. It reminds me of Forager. 100% hollows. You've picked exactly it. It's definitely one of those. Summer 2021, so it is coming out this year at least, which is fun. Annapurna is actually going to have an interactive hosting. It's going to be Annapurna Interactive is hosting its own game show on July 29th. So that's still a while away, but I was not expecting this. So Annapurna actually had a few games that were during the Summer Game Fest. And yeah, I think this will be interesting. They've actually got quite a few titles under their belt. So it'll be cool to see like some of the new titles they might be bringing out. And yeah, I think people will be interested at least in this. They've been putting out absolute bangers lately. They've got a very good collection of teams under their belt. Like it's, again, they're a publisher, just so people know. They're not a particular team. Yeah. Like the Artful Escape. Did the Artful Escape come out? It must have. I must have missed it. Neon White is still in development, I believe. Soul Ash is still in development. Last Stop is in development. Stray. I forgot about Stray. So yeah, like if you like indie, I think keep an eye out for that one. Artful isn't out yet. It's the Melbourne game. Yeah. That one. Someone spoke to me and said they knew the creator of this game, but I can't remember who it was. Because it's made by a musician, I believe. I've forgotten his name. Forgotten the name of the... CJ! Solar Ash. Solar Ash looks really good. I'm really excited for that game. CJ! We're most of the way through the news. We're almost finished with it, actually. You gotta start waking up earlier, boy. If there's no Silk Song news, I'm gonna be so devastated. Again, I cannot stress just how much people who love Hollow Knight need to chill. You guys need to be aware that game is still gonna take a little bit of time because there's so much hand art in it. But it's it feels like it could... honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it would get announced during this year. It feels like this is the time for them to announce it, honestly. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm unsure. Control available free on Epic Game Store for a limited amount of time. This is interesting. That I haven't played Control. Control is seeming to be a pretty beloved game, and they seem to want to push the absolute living shit out of it. People were really impressed by this game. Maybe I should pick it up because it's for free on Steam. So go check it out, guys. If you do, sorry, not on Steam, on Epic Games. If you do have the Epic Games Store, go grab it as a free game. And apparently, it's a very good AAA game. You really enjoyed it. I think anyone I've talked to, Hollows, has said that they actually really enjoyed Control. Again, I'm unsure if it will necessarily be my type of game, but it looks fun at least. Oh man, I don't know if I can play this one. We'll see how this goes. Watch it on YouTube. The introduction trailer to No More Heroes 3. This is a 5-minute video which I'm not going to play, and I don't want to spoil myself, but if you haven't already seen enough of No More Heroes 3, there is even more for you guys to be shown off. And if you've ever played No More Heroes 1 and 2, you know those games aren't very long, so be careful not watching too much of it. But I am very excited for this game. It's starting to look a lot better in terms of visuals and the lighting and everything and the shading. When we first were shown it, it looked really rough. No, it looked interesting, and then it looked rough, and now it looks a lot more refined. But there's still elements of it that I'm like, So I'm hoping this game is good. Just dumb fun that is No More Heroes. But I'm very excited. I love the setting, and I think they've done more with it, but it was very interesting. Yeah, well, is it a sci-fi game, Hollows? I don't know if is it set in the future, or is it set in now time? I really don't know with Control. Oh, I should have put this with the Elden Ring news. So, other thing with Elden Ring that I didn't talk about is a lot of news actually came out. There's a whole heap of screenshots related to it. I'm going to try and touch on a few things, but what I will say is that there's so many world bosses around that are weird. What I will say is that the big thing is that there is going to be a next-gen upgrade for this game. So it is actually being released initially on the current gen, which makes sense. I think that is still the smart thing to do. Fuck that castle. Look at that beautiful architecture. I love Gothic castle architecture in video games. It's so nice. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, it's so good. I love fantasy so much, chat. Medieval fantasy is just my jam. It speaks to me. Oh, look at this naked lad. Wait, is there a man in the hand? Oh no, I thought there was a man in the hand. God, what is up with these poses? I wonder, this makes me wonder if fear or insanity is going to be a thing, because I've seen a few animations now that looks like the player character actually doing something weird, which would be interesting. Yeah, so there's some other news related to this, like revealing like what some of the context of the game, and also some of the features. So if you want to go find that, I think that's out there. It's not in this particular one, but yeah, there is a little bit out there. It's a modern day. It's like Warhouse 13. Oh, it's a SCP. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Another thing that's weirdly interesting. What the fuck is this? You didn't go to bed till like 7 AM. Oh, CJ. God. CD Projekt Red and Netflix announce WitcherCon July 9th. CD Projekt Red still currently under mass lawsuits. They are currently in a very weird space right now. Witcher is still very beloved, and COVID is a thing. What is happening? What is this? Why is this a thing? I don't understand. I feel like this is really poorly timed, but maybe it got delayed already. But if you're a fan of Witcher, The Witcher, you probably will be pretty excited about this. I actually think the Witcher TV show was fucking killer. It was super, super good. I didn't really like The Witcher 2 and 3 very much, but maybe one day I'll have to return to them and force myself to play them. I just said how much I love medieval fantasy. Something about the Witcher games just don't gel with me, and I don't know why. But anyway, WitcherCon is the thing, apparently. Oh, I'm starting to run out of breath here, chat. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus announced for PS5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 1, Xbox. this is a weird thing because I normally wouldn't talk about this game, but I now have to talk about this game because we did play it on stream for Halloween last year. And yeah, if you know Doki Doki, you probably really give a shit about this because yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where like I don't know, the payoff of this game was very weird for me on stream. I actually really enjoyed how the stream ended up going, but holy crap, I was not a massive fan of this game. And just because it was such a slow burn. This game is an extremely slow burn, and it's not my type of game normally, but this has a very big cult following, this game. And so this game will probably sell very well, but oh my gosh. If you guys want to know about Doki Doki, perhaps go watch my old VODs on it. I think they'll be on YouTube. But yeah, very, very interesting game. There are things that a PC can do that consoles can't. Trying to be careful here. That's true, actually, Jumpy. Jumpy's brought up a very interesting point. I mean, Jumpy, they might go it out in a different way. There's things that can be done on a console, like things that are representative on console, that I think that they could do. Hey Armin, thank you for shouting out my YouTube. I appreciate that. I should probably do that more. But yeah, I am curious how they'll play around with this. But this man's a very smart guy. Like I believe his name's Dan. I've forgotten the creator of the game's name, but he's a cool dude. Dan Salvaletto, thank you, Jumpy. He's a cool dude. He's done very well with this, and I wouldn't be surprised he could do some very impressive stuff here on out. But again, massive cult following about this game, so I expect this to sell pretty well, and people would be pretty excited for it, even though it kind of feels like news that was just snuck in there. All right, strangely enough, the last article is this. Skatebird. This is a game I've been waiting for ages. A lot of weird indie stuff got announced over this week, and I haven't had time to announce everything because there's just so much. But fuck, Skatebird looks pretty cool. I'm so shocked it's taken so much time for this to come out. But I want to try and find the trailer for it, because if you haven't seen Skatebird, you want to see birds on a tech deck? It's birds on tech deck. This is an announcement trailer. Hang on. It's literally Tony Hawk Skater with tiny sparrows. And it just looks adorable as sin. Birds on tech deck. That's right. So it combines something I absolutely love, which is micro environments. So things like micro machines and stuff, which I love playing. Like, say if you played like Gary's mod and you do those stages where it's all those maps that are you're tiny and the bedroom is huge and things like that. I really enjoy that, and this game has kind of got that going on in a very adorable way. But yeah, still surprised this game isn't out yet. It's been in development for so long, but it's pretty cool. Have I played Superland? No, I haven't, Hollows. What is Superland? I feel like I recognize the name of it. Oh, I own this. You know, I haven't played this. I do have it. I didn't realize it was actually... Oh, I think this was gifted to me. I can't remember how I got this. Oh, I didn't realize that it's like tiny environments. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wait, is it a shooter? Wait, it's a shooter? Wait, what is this game? I'm now confused. I thought it was like an adventure-y sort of action game. Huh. Wait, Superland 2. Oh my god, they're making a sequel. It's been in so many Humble Bundles, it's been on so many sales that I'm pretty sure everyone owns it. Ah, that's probably what it is. Humble Bundle is sometimes one of those sources of like, I have so many games, I don't know where I've gotten most of them. But I think that's all the news for today. I think we've reached our extent. But holy crap, I'm now slightly exhausted. As I mentioned, we knew that was going to be a big news today. So we're going to take a small break. I'll try and take a smaller break. And then we can jump into Pokemon, which we might do for like an hour or two. And then we might do a bit of Guilty. So I kind of want to do some Guilty gear. But I don't know how long we're going to do Pokemon. So we might do Pokemon for like an hour or so. An hour and a half maybe. And then we might do an hour and a half of Guilty gear. It's more adventure action, a bit of puzzles and a bit of a shooter. Oh, okay, I see. I'll go to sleep now. Sounds good, Alex. Sleep sounds good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the news. Again, probably we'll cover a little bit of stuff tomorrow, maybe if there's some good trailers that drop. And then the day after, we will probably be doing more bigger E3 things. So still a lot of news ahead. I wish I had more time to do an extra day to do more news on the day after, but I think we've gotten through quite a lot as it is, so we'll keep moving ahead. And I'll take a quick break. News was sweet. Thank you, Big Kahuna. I appreciate it. I'm gonna BRB now, and we'll be back with Pokemon shortly. Thanks for watching.